Hey everyone, this is a follow-up to my last video. If you saw that, you saw my roof rack with using maker pipe. Came out pretty well, I think. It was very useful for its purpose. You saw possibly my rooftop tent, my very budget-friendly rooftop tent, which kind of worked okay a little bit, but wasn't quite what I wanted. So this video is about roof rack 2.0, I'll call it. Went a little different route, gonna go a little, not gonna be full e-camper, but maybe at some point trying to get a little closer to that. So I'll just swing it around here and I'll show you what I did. So here's my latest version. You can see it's very much low profile. Let me go over here and climb up here and give you a better look at it from up above. You can see I've built this completely out of super strut and a few other pieces. So basically using the same two mount points as previously used and those are just C-channel. And bolted down with 3 6mm bolts onto the gutter frame. Also, I've gone back here and reused this mount, but put it in a little sturdy, a little heavier duty bolts. This is done with riv nuts, and I think I showed that in the last. But it's using 3/4 inch pipe and a floor flange. And so on each side, those mounts are very sturdy. You can, I'll demonstrate in a minute how solid those feel. But you can see very simple, using ordinary super strut. I'll put a price list at the end of this video to show you how much all of this ran me. But I'm using L brackets there, or 90-degree brackets with just some bolts through there. Those are 7/16, pretty heavy duty. Those I know are gonna hold this pretty good. Let's see, yeah. And then same thing over here, bolted down, very solid. You can see I left a space there intentionally. More about that maybe later, but for now, I think this should fit my rooftop tent, which should be coming today. So hoping to see that later. Okay, just to give you an idea how solid the super strut is mounted on there, I can rock the whole vehicle that way. I think that's good and strong. We'll see when I actually get the tent up there, but so far pretty pleased with it. Next thing to do is go over the entire rack, make sure everything's tight. All the bolts are tight, everything's snug. Yep, I think it's pretty solid. Well, it's finally here after 2 weeks and a long ride over the road. Let's take a look. All right, let's open this up, see what we got. Already undid the zippers all the way around. Great. Nice. Step back and see what the inside looks like. First thing to do, handle right over. Just set that away. Front awning. There's rods that come out and hold this up, but we'll just flip it over for now. You got all the mounting hardware in. You can see along front edge, 3 spots there. A couple on each side. And then along the back. It's a total of 8 half-inch mounts. I think that should do it. While I was at it, put in some insulation, 1-inch foam, aluminum foil backed. Simple installation to do that. Fits just right, tucks under. Using some 3M spray adhesive, that worked well. Yeah, all good so far. Now I get it taped up with some aluminum tape and just about ready to throw it on top of the truck. All right, let's see how it looks. Okay, all sealed up. Should be good. I'm gonna just put a coat of paint on this, just primer paint, just to protect it. I think that should help it. Built my own ladder out of make-a pipe. I think it works pretty well. Okay, so taking a closer look at the mounting, let's start with that. You can see my cross rails, those are super strut, about 3/4 high. And then I have another piece of super strut up attached to the inside of the frame. This is the front of the tent. And you can see how I just used the slide nuts and some 1/2-inch bolts to bolt that together. So that basically it's 2 pieces of super strut held together with a 1/2-inch bolt, one there, one in the middle, one on the end. If you come around on the side, you can see how close this sits to the frame. So the super strut is my rack, and then the tent, if I back off here a little bit, you can see that's about as close as you can get it to the roof. It's just about maybe less than 1 inch off the top of the roof at its high point. Of course, the Element has kind of a curved roof, so that's about it. So I wanted to get it really close. You can see in the back, I did the same thing back here. You can see how it's bolted on, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, get a little closer look if I can. You can see the super strut up there, and that's bolted into the frame, which also has super strut running horizontally across up in there. That's rivet nutted in with 4, I believe that 3/8 I used in there to bolt it into the frame, so that's holding it nice and tight. The rack itself, of course, super strut, all the super strut parts. Again, 1/2-inch bolts everywhere. And yeah, so that's how I did that. It's very solid. I've already showed how the rack doesn't move. I can rock the whole truck holding on to that, so I think it's good. Haven't quite figured out what to do here in the front. This is the standard sized IO rooftop tent, so it does leave a little bit of room up here. If anybody's got any good suggestions for that, I'm thinking about a windshield or windscreen deflector, and maybe give me a little room to put something up there. Any ideas? I'd be happy to hear them. All right.